Hi everybody. So welcome to another yoga session with me here in Iceland. I am currently in an apartment in Reykjavik where I am spending my last few days here, and I had a nice big open floor. So I was like, this is the perfect time to take advantage of some yen poses and some yoga time together. So thank you for joining me. Highly encourage you, if you have a strap or a belt or something like that, to grab that. Also, if you have a block, pillow, blanket, anything like that. And then also, like if you don't have a block, I'm using my Oracle card decks. They're gonna be my block today because I don't have a block. So yeah, we just make do with what we've got. Have a little bit of music going. Hopefully you can hear that, but it's not too much. Let me turn it up just a tad. Okay, and then the other thing is, if you have any favorite crystals around, mine are like all over the place because when I stay in other places, it's real common that I put them against the walls just to calm the energy that comes in through the walls. So all of mine are doing their jobs. And essential oils, I have my ylang ylang. I've been using, let's see, I'll go through real quick some of the oils that I've been using that I brought with me. Orange, I will put in tea in the morning, typically hot tea. Lemon, same thing. Peppermint I use anytime throughout the day. Sometimes I just drink it in water. It's so good for digestion. I've been using Valor because my calves have been very sore, and the Valor is what they call a chiropractor in a bottle. It's really fantastic for muscles and joints. The ylang ylang I use just anytime I feel like I need to come to center and I just need to connect and ground myself. What else have I been using? I think that's it. I did bring basil with me because basil is really good for an antihistamine type of thing. Yeah, but anyway, okay, so oils. So if you have a favorite oil, what I did is I opened my ylang ylang, I went, and I just smelled it, and then I usually sometimes just like dab it onto my shirt so that it's right here, so I can smell it the whole time. Okay, let's get started. So we're gonna be on our back probably all the time. So let's start seated for our, disconnection from everything that's going on around us. So ready for this. Yesterday was a huge hike, so today I'm like, okay. So wherever you are, just bringing your tailbone, your sits bones onto this planet. Being able to feel and connect and anchor into whatever it is that is beneath you. And then just giving, through your thoughts, your body permission to disconnect and let go of anything that's happening externally that is not beneficial to your practice today. You don't even have to know what that is. You're basically just inviting in whatever is helpful for the practice, and you're basically just putting a barrier between you and anything that's not. It is raining outside, so if you hear drops, that's because the rain is falling. I can hear it in the kitchen. All right. So if you have a specific intention for your practice today, please don't hesitate to set that now. And we're going to go into the breath now. So with your eyes closed or soft out of focus eye gaze down toward the floor, just bringing in the oxygen, the air. We're focused first on it coming in through the nose and being able to sense what that feels like, what the temperature is like, and then how your body from the neck through the solar plexus receives that air. And all you're doing is just observing. That's all I want you to do, is just observe this process of the air coming in and the air going out. Our body speaks to us through sensation. And so being able to be present and observant as you feel, it can tell you so much. If you feel tight or tense in the heart center or in the throat, then those are areas you're going to want to work on releasing the energy from today. If you already feel open and expanded, then we just send out gratitude and love into our bodies for that. Every practice is going to be different. So no judgment today, accepting where your mind, your body, and your soul is. And we give gratitude for this time together. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Good, slowly begin to open up your eyes. Okay, so the first pose that we're going to do is on our backs. So if you have a blanket nearby, you might want to have it underneath your head and your neck. Again, make sure you have your strap or something similar close by, your blocks or books or oracle cards, and your pillow. Okay, so go ahead and lay back. It's so weird doing it like this. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is, let's see, what do we want to do first? I have all these thoughts in my head of poses to do, but I want to stick with specific ones that are going to work on the hips, the thighs and the knees today, and then the back. We're going to work on the spine and the side to side lateral twisting action of the spine. So let's start with just bringing your right foot up over the left thigh. Okay, and you can let the heel just kind of hang off a little bit. And then have your left foot nice and firmly planted under the left knee. So the heel, the ankle is under the left knee. And the first thing we're going to do is just rotate the ankle out while it's hanging out here. So we're going to spin it around a few times, and you can go as slow or as fast as you want to. And then switch and go the other way. Okay, and then from here, we're going to start moving the legs from side to side. So we're gonna go ahead and roll over until your right foot is connected to the floor. Relax your left foot and ankle. And then you're going to, without pushing, you're gonna take your right knee and push it away from your face. This is gonna work into the, oh my gosh, this is the first time in my life I've ever forgotten. I was like, the piriformis. I'm like, what is that muscle called? It's that long, thin one. Anyway, it's been a long week. Okay. I need this just as much as you guys do. Okay, so don't push hard with the knee. It's gonna just go where it goes and then it basically hits a wall and it stops, and that's okay. So this isn't a big action, it's just a small action, a little bit of effort, definitely no pain. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Okay, we're going to come back up, and now we're going to rotate the other way. So as we rotate the other way, this right foot is acting as a weight on top of this left leg, on top of it. And again, make sure that this left foot is relaxed and that it's not cocked in a weird position, that it's comfortable. And then just let the weight of the right leg on top of the left leg stretch this IT down the side, the quadricep on top. Okay, you might even feel it all the way up into the hip flexors or into the hip or even into the glute on the left side as well. And then just let your body rest in whatever range of motion it takes you to. If it's tight or it's tense, bring your awareness back into your breathing. Allow that breath to help relax the body through the pose. For me, I'm focusing on smelling the oil, helping that oil, the essential oils, to help me to stay focused and to stay calm. Okay, just a couple more breaths. Okay, when you come up slowly. All right, reposition that left foot under the left knee, and we're going to kick the right foot up. And then this is where we're going to do some pointing and flexing. We've already done the rotations, but now we're going to point and flex the foot. You're going to grab your strap. We're going to go straight in to the next movement. So you're going to wrap the strap. If you have a hook like I do, you can just wrap it like this. If you don't have a hook, if it's a belt, then you're just going to take it around the thick pad of the foot and you're going to extend it up, holding it like a bridle with a horse. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to open up out to the side. So you're going to let that leg go all the way out to the side. Now, if it does not hit the floor, then you either put a block or a pillow or a bolster out there. Mine doesn't hit the floor, so I'm going to take the pillow over there and I'm going to let it rest. I don't know if you can see it, but it's going to rest on the pillow. So now we're opening up into the groin. We're opening up into the inner hamstrings. So that could be a big stretch for some of you. And some of you may need to like really stack up the props, just depending on what's comfortable in the inner part of your pelvic girdle. Remember, no judgment. Be okay with where your body is today. And don't use your right arm to like grip and hold that leg up. Make sure that you're relaxing your right elbow onto the floor. And your left hip should be on the ground. One of my favorite poses to be able to. There's something about using the strap that I really, really like with these specific poses. And we just go, again, we go back into observing the breath. All right, 2 more breaths. Now you're going to actively engage with the arm and the strap, and you'll inhale and pull the leg up. Now this is where I lower the other leg and then I come across. Okay. It's likely that you'll be able to come all the way across and get your foot on the floor. If it's too much in the hip flexors, or down this IT, then again, don't hesitate to put a block or something up underneath your foot in order to prop it up and bring it higher up off the floor. It just depends on what you need today, okay? So big stretch across this outer right side of your right leg. And this is twisting our spine. So we're working into our digestive tract here. Jumps, just kind of like a jump start into your digestion. I actually think this is a great pose to do in the bed in the morning before you even get out of the bed. Just doing a nice gentle spine twist. Your right arm is just kind of palm up out to the right side. Your head can be anywhere. It can either be looking left, it could be up, or if it feels good, looking to the right is another option. See where your mind is going, and if it's gone away from your body and back into the outside world, bring it back. Come back to your breath. Come back to the sensations. Come back to the love. 2 more breaths. You're going to engage, inhale and come back up. All right, you're going to take your strap off, bend the left knee, place the left foot flat on the floor, and then you're going to bring the foot down. Okay, set your strap off to the side. We'll come back to it again in a little bit. We're going to go into supported bridge. I know I hear a bunch of yays. That was why I needed my cards. Okay, so we're going to go into supported bridge before we go to the other side. So in supported bridge, you want to keep the ankles under the knees. You want the feet hip width distance, and you're going to lift the hips up. Now this is where you put a block, a pillow, books, cards, whatever you want, and they go under the tailbone. Okay, it's important that it's not on the low back. It's on the coccyx so that you can put all your weight down onto it. Now, some of you may have more range of motion because this is the front of the spine that's actually being opened up here. And if you have more range of motion, then you might be able to take the blocks and make them higher. I don't know if you can see that. So it's like you can make them higher if you need to. It's just getting your hips elevated. In this particular pose, because the hips are up, it creates more of a chin lock here. So I would highly suggest that you take the blanket out from, see, I can actually talk better now, out from underneath your head, okay? All right, so we're gonna spend a few moments here. Right here is where, again, at the beginning when we were breathing and we were centering, if you were tight in your throat or in your chest, this is where you really want to start inviting in the healing energy, the love,
the self-love, to come in and to just do its work in this area. And again, you don't really, today while you're here with me, I've asked the angels and guides to work through my voice and to work through this particular class to help you to open up and cleanse anything that you need to do, anything that you need to work on that can help you today. So don't worry about whether you know what you're doing or not. It's just having the intention that you are clearing, that you're releasing things that are not serving you, that you're just allowing yourself to let go of the things that are not moving you forward today. And then you just breathe. So we'll be here for probably a couple minutes. Breathe into the front of the hips, into the hip flexors, into the thighs. Gratitude for all the hard work that these muscles, joints, bones do for us on a regular basis. Breathe into the expansion across the front of the chest, into the front of the collarbones, into the rib cage, into the throat. Breathing in and breathing out. 4 more breaths. When we come out of the pose, you're going to engage your feet back into the floor. You're going to squeeze your bottom, and you'll lift the hips back up, and then place the hips back down. Okay, so we're going to go into the other side. If you want to bring the blanket back under your head, you can. Okay, all right, so this time we're going to take the left foot and cross it over the right. And you're going to let the ankle hang off just a little bit, and this is where we're going to start doing our rotations again with the ankle. It's so funny, my left ankle it acts like it doesn't know how. I have to physically think about the movement, or it just kind of like goes haphazardly in these weird directions. Make sure you go both directions. Oh, it actually really hurts. Oh, it's so strange. Okay. All right, we're going to go to the right until your left foot hits the ground. And then remember to relax the right foot and the right ankle. Then you're going to take your left knee and you're going to push it away from your face until it stops. And you're not going to push it with any force. You're just using your own momentum to push the knee away from your face. Remember, no pain. If you start feeling pain, totally back off. The idea is to just allow yourself to go to the range of motion, to try to relax around that range of motion and let yourself rest in that position. Be observant of your breath. and these sensations that your body is giving you so that you can be as safe as possible. Two more breaths. Okay, when we come up, you're going to start to pivot to the other side. Remember to relax your right ankle. And then remember that the weight of the left foot on the right thigh is now going to be stretching across this right hip flexor, down the quad, down the high T. If it hurts, then back it off a little bit. Maybe if you need to put a block or something up underneath here, if it doesn't like the weight of the leg, then prop it up. I call this mainly a quad stretch. Two more breaths. Okay, when you come back up, engage your core, grab your strap. We're going to kick the foot up, and this is where we point and flex. Take your strap, wrap it around the ball of the foot, kick it back up. It's going to open up first, so we're going to open up out to the side. Again, if it doesn't go all the way to the ground without the right hip coming, like if your right glute comes up off the ground, then you want to come back up until the glute is connected again. This is where I have to get a pillow because mine comes up off the floor. So I just rest my leg basically on the pillow. And then remember to relax your left elbow onto the floor as well. Your right foot is basically acting like a kickstand over here. Find your breath. Find your relaxation, awareness of the muscles, of the joints, inviting the softness in. Four more breaths. This is where I lower the right leg and then roll over to the other side. Remember that if your left foot does not hit the ground, then you can take your prop over there and let it rest on that in order to bring the floor up higher, basically. Enjoying this beautiful twist to the side with your palm up. Opening up through the pec muscles here, the collarbone on the left side. Your head can either be left, up, or right, doesn't matter. Make sure that your right arm is not actively working to hold anything. And then just relax in the pose. Four more breaths. Okay, when you inhale, engage your core. Come back up and take the strap off and bring your foot back down. You can lay your strap down and bend up both knees. Okay, go ahead and go into bridge pose using your hands as your weight, and then just kind of rock your pelvis side to side. I like to tap my feet sometimes too. Okay, we're going to go back into supported bridge, but I'm going to give you the option this time for supported fish. So whatever range of motion you have, just again make sure your prop is on the coccyx, on the tailbone. Now you can stay in supported bridge if that's the pose of your choice. Remember to remove the blanket out from underneath your head so that you have room to breathe. If you want to go into supported fish, then I usually suggest do one leg at a time. Stretch one leg out and see how it feels. Make sure it's not hurting here on the quad or in the hip flexor muscles right here across the top. And then if it's not, go ahead and lower both of them down. Now, depending on how high your hips are off the ground, also determines how much stretch that you're getting across the front of the legs. So that's a determining factor. If you can't put both of them down, but if you were to lower the block, you might be able to do it. So you can just kind of test it out and see how it goes. Otherwise, just doing one leg at a time, you can do that as well, and then just like switch them out. So whatever you want to do there. Another option, if you want to, is to come all the way up and go into a shoulder stand, basically, with the legs up in the air. That does not feel good because I have hard block, these hard cards underneath me. So I'm going to opt for the fish pose. So we'll take a couple minutes here, okay? This is a really good one to really breathe into the front side of the body when you're in the fish pose. If you're in the legs up in the air, then focus on rooting and grounding down through the hips, because a lot of that weight falls down into the hips, and then you can feel it as it grounds down into the earth. Just remember, keep your awareness into the softness and into the love of your mind, body, and soul, being able to connect here on your mat today. Breathe into the spaces that feel tight or tense. And instead of judging them, just give them a loving energy, a loving vibration, or even a loving color. Just imagining a color can do wonders for your body because that color holds its own vibration and frequency. And you don't have to worry about picking the wrong one. Just pick whatever one comes to your mind first. And just breathe it through you. One more minute. And actually listening to this water and just imagining that it's flooding through my body, like through the crown of my head, through my chest, my arms, my legs, and out through my toes, and just purifying me. Let's take 2 more breaths. Okay, when you're ready, you'll bend up your knee, just depending on where your body was. We're going to come back into a neutral position. And then this is where I want to encourage you to do whatever feels best to neutralize. Your body will tell you. For me, it's telling me to pull my legs in. For some of you, it might be asking you to do another bridge pose. Okay. For some of you, it might be telling you to do a twist. So whatever it's telling you. Maybe a little happy baby. Okay. And it is now time for Shavasana. It's time for you to just kind of, again, bring your body into a very neutral state where you can relax. I'm going to come up so I can talk normal you through the Shavasana, but again, just finding your own position for your Shavasana that works for you. If you have your oil nearby, maybe dabbing that or taking a sniff before you get too cozy. All right. So imagine that the breath can move like water, that it comes in through the crown of your head, and it begins to soften all the muscles on the crown of your head. It begins to soften the hair, the follicles. It begins to soften the scalp. It continues to go even down into the bones of the skull, down into the sutures and the platelets, relaxing and healing, balancing and restoring the entire skull. Allow that sensation to go down through your eyes now, softening their eyes in the sockets, softening your cheeks and your nose, healing vibration moving in through the ears, the inner ear canals, And moving from there all the way down into the jaw, into the teeth, into the mouth, and into the chin. No tension, just relaxation. Feel it flow now down through the throat, across the top of the shoulders, and running down both arms, all the way out through your fingers. Turn off, turn loose, let loose any tension. Any resistance is released. Breathing in, breathing out. Go back to the sensation in the back of your neck and feel the vibration moving like water down the spine and all the way out through the tailbone. As it does this, feeling the breath, the same type of vibration and movement like water through the front side of the body as well. If there are any particular organs that you wish to cleanse and purify, maybe all of them, see that flow all the way through, from the throat all the way through the hips. Maybe it helps to imagine that it comes in on a cellular level, that the cells, the nerves, the tissues, the muscles and the bones are all turning loose and letting loose as it absorbs this beautiful healing frequency and vibration. Pulling it all the way down through your hips now and washing it down through both of your legs and out through your toes. No tension, just relaxation. Breathing in and breathing out. Knowing that this constant flow of healing energy is now moving very ease, without any resistance, from the crown of the head, out through the fingers and out through your toes. Breathing in and breathing out. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Just breathe. Bring your awareness back into your breath and feel the breath come in through the nose as it begins to spark and light up on the inside. Every cell lighting up with this beautiful oxygen now coming in. As you bring the oxygen in, bring the light in. Imagine that just like white diamonds glistening in the sun, that energy, that vibration of light can come and manifest in through your whole body, breathing and restoring and refueling you now. Maybe you want to imagine pulling in the power of the trees, maybe the grounded stability of the earth, maybe the burning and purifying of the fire, or maybe the cleansing of the water. But all of that comes in through the vibration of the light. One more breath in and out. Start to wake your body up, maybe
Wiggling your fingers and toes. Rocking your head a little bit from side to side. More light in, more breath in. When you're ready, rolling over into a fetal position, eventually pulling yourself back up into a seated posture. Once you're seated, have the sits bones grounded to the floor. Inhale, bring your arms up. Let the palms meet. Exhale, we come down through heart center. Bowing your head, being grateful for this time that we devoted together. Thank you for letting me guide you. Thank you for taking time for your own self-care. Thank you for giving yourself permission to be a part of this vibration that I created in this space today. Know that you are so worthy, you are so loved, and you are so supported on your journey wherever you might be at this time. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. I hope you feel good. I do. I feel so much better. And then there's like a spirit here that's been helping me through the class and moving energy. So that was whoever that was. I'm not sure. There's a woman that lives here, a woman spirit that not lives here like all the time, but she comes in and out. So it may have been her. But anyway, okay. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Everything is starting to wind down. This will probably be the last yoga class that I do while I'm in Iceland. And there are lots of calm the chatters. There's lots of meditations. I really encourage you to go through and explore all of those videos that I did. I tried to put in the title if it's yoga. I put in the title if it's something guided, relaxation or meditation. And yeah, anyway, so I hope you guys are having fun. I know I sure am. Okay, thanks for joining me. Love you guys. Bye.